The Kia Sportage is a wonderful success story for Kia. Over 1.6 million Sportages have been sold. That's a great number. So it makes sense that they would apply a little bit of effort and a little bit of energy into the new 4th generation Sportage. Now, a good car is, well, teamwork, and it requires a number of different players doing different things to create, well, an end result. It also just takes one of them to let the team down. So who's on the Sportage team? Well, we've got, let's call him Warren. Warren is the interior. Warren is a little larger, giving us a little more headroom, shoulder room, and of course a little bit of extra legroom. Warren's also soft to the touch. Good to know. But Warren is very tech savvy. We have a beautiful information screen between the two gauges, multifunction steering wheel here, and of course a beautiful infotainment system, which includes navigation. Now, Warren's been split up. Instead of vertical design, he's got a horizontal design, and that's split up into display and control. On the control side of things, we're going to get climate control, and down here in the center console, we're going to get the drive control. And the drive control is going to allow us to work with the all-wheel drive system, lock the diff and descent control, as well as select between different drive modes. So, Warren is pretty good. Warren's very well trimmed. But I like Bianca, and Bianca's the exterior. Bianca is the styling. Now, I like Bianca, but I don't think that everybody does. I quite like the way that they've changed the front end. The trademark Kia Tiger Nose grille is now sitting considerably lower, and it's nice and wide, and it's a bit of a reverse grille as well, with these pieces sticking out of it. They separated the headlights and the grille. It all used to be on one plane, but now the grille sits lower and the headlights higher. The headlights have also received a new treatment, so they're pulled back and very three-dimensional. That, combined with the striking on the bonnet, gives it a bit of a Porsche, Cayenne, and even Jaguar F-Pace sort of look, which I quite like. And that's highlighted by the fog lamps down here. On the GT line, you're going to get what they call the Ice Cube DRLs, whatever that is. You're also going to get an aluminium skid plate at the bottom. But I think that this one, in this trim, looks pretty good. Round to the back. Now, it seems like somebody's been hitting the gym, because this back end is really tidy. We've got new tail lights, and they're longer and flatter, and they're joined by that chrome strip, which really just elevates the profile of it. It really does look classy. It's neat and tidy. Good going, Bianca. But now Stephen, the drivetrain. Stephen is a 6-speed automatic with Dynamax all-wheel drive on demand. So we've got a little bit of off-road capability, but I don't think that we're going to be climbing any mountains with Steve. I think Steve is just good on a dirt road here and there. That said, we do have a center locking diff and descent control, as we previously mentioned. The nice thing about Steve is you don't really notice him. He does his job without you really noticing. And that makes Steve quite valuable. And then there's David. David is the engine, and David is a 2.4 litre 4-cylinder naturally aspirated engine. The badging on the back, the GDI, leads you to believe that David in fact drinks diesel, but he doesn't. He drinks petrol, that is gasoline direct injection. David is apparently a new member of the team, but sadly David is the weak link in the team. You see, the engine's going to make 135 kilowatts and 237 newton meters of torque, and that sounds fantastic. David has all the right credentials on paper. But in the real world, David does just enough to get by. Just enough so that he doesn't get kicked off the team. And sadly, that lets the rest of the team down. Come on, David, get your shit together! David says that he will use 8.5 litres per 100. But in actuality, David has a bit of a drinking problem. First step to recovery is admitting you've got a problem, David. David's not entirely terrible, but he does struggle to get along with Steve, the gearbox and drivetrain. Because of David's lackluster performance, the gearbox doesn't know which gear it should be selecting. So sometimes Steve will sit there sifting through the gears trying to pick an appropriate one. Not the end of the world though. But I feel that there's a couple of better players for the team. Emil is a 1.6 litre turbocharged peppy little petrol motor. Oh, Stuart's a nice beefy 2 litre diesel unit. Those two, good motors, great for the team. But we've got David here and we're just going to have to live with him. And when you've got a great team like this, it's really easy to put a lot of weight on them. So Kia can offer a 5-year and unlimited kilometre warranty, as well as a 3-year and unlimited kilometre roadside assistance plan. The service plan is 3 years and 90,000 kilometres. So, peace of mind, you can really put your faith in this team. The Sportage, the 2.4 litre GDI SX all-wheel drive with an automatic gearbox is going to cost you 558,000 Rand. Really not bad money, puts it in there amongst the rest of the compact SUVs. You just need to be careful which team members you choose.